I think looking at the residential market, they're coming from a German perspective. There's a lot of talk about do we have a housing bubble or not, actually. But if you look this on the long term, let's say for the last 15 to 20 years, now we have price growth for 3-4 years, and everybody is afraid of a runaway bubble. But at the end, that's not a real broad-based price increase across Germany. You might have a price increase in certain metropolitan areas, but prices are still decreasing in a lot of the rural areas. So there's not a broad-based price increase. So there's nothing of a bubble in that point. At the other end, if you look at the urban areas, you have in-migration from a lot of people from within Germany, but also from outside of Germany, from Spain, from Italy, from the countries where you have the high unemployment rates in the south. So you see demand picking up. At the same time, construction is still not moving substantially. Yes, it increased in the last 2-3 years in Germany, but it's still far behind what is actually needed in the urban areas. So we are just simply having a huge imbalance of demand and supply, and that's driving prices and rents. And that's something nobody should be afraid of. If you want to correct it, you just have to build more, which is quite tricky in Germany, as building prices are expensive, land prices are expensive, there's not so much land left, and given what you want to build, you can have a lot of legal struggles with your neighbors in the cities. So that is the surrounding of the resi market. At the same time, looking at the investor side, yes, they want to invest. The investors want to be there because they see the stable cash flow, they see the low risk environment. But simply, there is also a lack of stock available. We've seen big portfolio transactions in the last 12-18 months. They were forced by EU legislation first, or while we had some distressed sales. We won't see this on the scale to continue in the next 12-18 months, so there will be less big portfolios. There might be smaller portfolios still coming to the market, but they are not that attractive as the big portfolios have been in the past. So the investors have to look more carefully on it. They need a bigger they need a platform on the ground to manage them. But then they can still be very attractive, because I think existing stock, existing portfolios offer you a lot of opportunities if you can manage them efficiently. Even with all the talks about rent regulation in Germany currently, it can be still a very efficient market. If you look at the market for project developments, it comes down to what your assumptions about rental growth are, about reletting and so forth. If you're optimistic, it can be a very good point. It can be an attractive market, but at the other end, you have to be very careful what your assumptions are about reletting or about rental growth, because that might be, from the political side, the more risky segment of the market than the existing stock.